Good morning, friends. It's me again. I know it's been a while. These videos are not like my favorite thing to do. But anyways, but I figure I'd give you a little update. Sorry, that was people coming out looking. We're at a Publix in Miami, Florida. And but anyway, just a little update. We had to go to our shop, which is the main corridor of the business that, company that we're working for, to let Big Red be looked at again. Yeah, I know there was a while back that we had to get it fixed, so we was in a loaner, a white big rig. So we get there, it's supposed to be a minor, well, let's look at this, inspection and, all that good stuff. And we get there and he says, oh, well, you have a leak. And we're like, we have all our stuff, y'all. I don't know if I can show you, but all right, so you see we've got, our clothes up there. We have totes that have food, and then in that left or right corner over there, you can't see it, it has a freezer that we could have freezer stuff in, our bed, and then it has our coats, for different types of weather depending on where we're going. And some food in that cabinet, there's a food in that cabinet, microwave, and then a bunch of other junk and food. So have our stuff, it's full. So we get there, and they're like, oh, you have a leak in the, what is it, the air tank? Where was the leak in Big Red?
Oh, yeah, the air dryer.
The air dryer. And that's major, so he's like, oh no, we've got to take it to the Volvo repair shop. I don't know how long it's going to be down. And we're like, okay, here we are at the shop, with all our stuff, and we're like, So anyway, one of the guys come out and he's like, well, we either give you another truck and then when it's done you come and switch it, or you just stay in it. And well, when we first got originally to this company, the truck that Jesse wanted,
what we were supposed to get,
he really wanted was the it was like a light brown tan color, and it was already taken, so we had to get Big Red, which we love Big Red. She's good, but since they had they're having to give us a lot of little fixes and little kinks in it that they're having to fix. He was like, well, we'll just put you in there, the driver that he's not in it, so you guys can get it. And he's like, so you can either stay in it till your Big Red's ready, or you can just keep it. And Jesse's like, I don't want to move that stuff again, so we're just going to keep it. So here we are, guys. We're in a new truck. We got to come up with a name. So if you guys got a name, we'd like to name our big rigs. Let me go out there and show you guys what it looks like. So hold on. All right, I'm going to turn you around so you can see her. So we're here. But it's like let me turn you guys. It's like I don't know, a brown, maybe? Brown, maybe? So there she is. So, turn you back, guys, like this. So if you know a name for her, let me know. Leave it in the comments on what you think we should name her. Jesse said Copper. But you know me, guys. I need maybe something else. So leave in the comment names you think we ought to name her. And yeah, she's a girl. Anyway, let me get in the truck. So anyway, there you go.
Who's he blowing up?
I don't know. Anyway, we're in a new truck. That was not our plan. Like I said, we went out there just to get her annual maintenance, annual inspection. Nothing major. And then they find And then they find somebody's booping at us.
He needs to get in here to this dumpster.
So anyway, now he's moving home to get into so the guy can get in the dumpster. But anyway, so that's exciting, I guess. So that day we had to move all of our stuff in here, but we got her done, got it organized again. So anyway, that's really the only update. We're on the road. We do what we do every day, you know, pick the load up, run the miles, drop it off, get another load, pick it up, run those miles, drop it off, day in and day out. But we do have another question. So in the first question was, leave a comment on what you think we should name her. Put that in the comments. I want to see if you guys really watch me. I mean, you know. Anyways, the second question is, let's see if we can do this. I think I'm going to do a series of do you know truck lingo? Meaning, how does the truck communicate to other cars around us if you're on the highway, right? So the first question, or it's actually the second in this one, but it'll be like 1, 2, 3, whatever in each video. So this is technically question 1, but in here. So when a truck flashes its headlights at you, what is it communicating to you? If you know, leave the comment on what you think that means. Now, I know what it means because I am a trucker's wife. Truck drivers know, and anybody that's related or a truck driver themselves, they know what that means. They know what they're communicating. But I want to know, does everybody know? Even if you don't know nothing about trucks, do you have the knowledge to know what that means? Me and my husband have this healthy debate, don't we, honey?
Yep.
That everybody should know what that means. And I think that if you know something about trucks, you know what it means. But if you don't know anything about trucks, big trucks, you have no clue what that means. And he thinks everybody should know, and I think no, not everybody knows. So let's just see who knows and who don't know. If you don't know, leave that comment. Say, hey, I don't know what that means. What does it mean? If you do know what it means, leave that comment, that what you think that means. What does it mean? I'm going to repeat it. What does that mean? What does it mean when a big truck flashes its lights at you? Headlights. The front of the truck. If they flash them at you. Okay? So, leave your comments. This is going to be interesting because, I mean, I don't know the answer. I don't know if everybody knows or only certain people know, but he feels that everybody should know. So, what do you think, honey?
What?
You think everybody should know, right? What that means?
Yeah. If they don't, you need to learn.
So, he says if you don't know, you need to learn. But I think not everybody knows. I think only those that kind of have the general knowledge of that is those that's around big trucks or lives in a big truck. Somebody that's never been around a big truck, they're not going to know it. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's right. Either way, let's see who knows. So, leave your comment. The first one is, what should we name the big brown? What should we name her? And the second one is, what does it mean when the truck flashes its headlights at you? Like flickers them, flashes them. So.
Well, the headlights mean something different than the tail lights.
Yeah, we haven't done that.
Oh, there you go. Yes, sir.
Can I see what you got back there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so he's about to spoil it all, y'all. That man. All right, so anyway, there's no update. There's nothing new. Like I said, it's not easy, but it's also good. It's kind of like, example, okay, in Job, right? I don't know if y'all have ever read the book of Job. It's not a, it's a book of human, explaining how life is, and how it can be. And so I was reading in chapter 9, and this is where Job is expressing his anguish. He's lost his loved ones. He's in pain and miserable and just outright just bitter. Okay, and I don't know if anybody has experienced those type of seasons, that you're blessed. God is good, It's just you're bitter. Okay? And I am a living witness to allowing circumstances sometimes to say, well, you know, I don't want to go through this, or I don't want to deal with this, or I don't want to feel this, right? But Job is really expressing his anguish. I mean, he's in such anguish and bitterness. I mean, come on, you got these boils all over your body. Who wouldn't be in pain? I mean, I would think anybody would be like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm in such pain and this is terrible. You know, like Solomon. If you read anything about Solomon, Solomon was a wealthy man, had it all. And he said in one of his, I don't know which one it is, but he was talking about how life, I think it's, and I'm probably butchering this, I'm butchering it. I'm terrible with names, y'all. And if you're a scholar or you're, well, I went to Bible college and I still can't say the names. You're peculiar about that, and I'm so sorry. But it's the it's ECC, that book, ECCLESIASTES, yeah. Ecclesiastes, I'm saying it wrong. Anyway, it's in there. You know how life is. It can be a vanity. You know, it comes and goes. And Solomon was like, I have all this wealth, and I have all these things. Why am I not enjoying them? Why do I feel? But sometimes we forget how good we are, how life is good. Sometimes we get caught up in our own. And Solomon had everything, but still was miserable. Had everything, and was still miserable. Was not happy. Anyway, back to Job. He was bitter. He was in his anguish, and he talks to his friend, right? His friend,
turn left,
the lad.
Then take the first left.
The lad. Y'all, I butcher names. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. So he talks to his friend. He's like, man, look, I'm bitter. Man, I don't like what I'm going through. I just don't like it. You know, I am just miserable, dadgummit. I'm just, it's frustrating. It's blah, 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 right? He's just letting it all out to his friend. And of course, his friend gives him bad advice, you know. But I think what I like the most is right here. It says, the impossibility of human perfection. Job argues that no human can claim to be perfectly righteous before an almighty, all-knowing God. He laments, which he cries, which that's what laments means, that even if he were innocent, his own anxieties and words would still betray him in the face of judgment. Right? Wouldn't in the middle of your pain and in the middle of your anguish and bitterness, would your words not fail you? Absolutely. They have me many times. Many times. You know, like when you're in the face of praying for a loved one, right? Okay. Whether they already saved, they're just going through whatever battles they're going through, or maybe they're, maybe you're praying for an addict. Someone that needs, you know, has Jesus, you know, we all have Jesus, but that is going through, and, you know, you need to pray for them and you war for them. Could you, you know, being in the middle of that, warring for not a year, not 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, and you're still praying and warring for that person's soul. The battle that they're fighting, you're fighting for them and you're praying for them. Would your words not fail you? Absolutely. Because the human frailty of us is that in the middle of our bitterness and anguish, our words fail us. Our anxiety, which is not really anxiety, I feel like it's emotions sometimes, especially women. It's our emotions. We get weary and well-doing. We get weary and we get emotional. You know, there's many times in my walk with God, and I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'll go to God and go, God, I can't take no more. I can't do no more. I'm tired. And even in the honesty, and see, that's the thing, God already knows. And I am honest with you, with anybody, even with God, because God already knows my emotions. And they're there, if I want them there or not. And sometimes I've pushed them and suppressed them and be like, nope, nope. But somehow they get back to the surface. And I think that's where I have laminate, like Job has, before the throne, for myself, for others, for loved ones, where I've just laid it there. I've just laid and lamented and cried and wept before God with all that I had and all that was in me, because I didn't know what else to do. I didn't know what else to say. I didn't know what else. I didn't have any more strength to keep going. I had to have His strength to keep going. And I know that in those moments, you don't want to share with people. Or like, really? You go before God and just lay and cry? Yes, I have. But in those moments when I've laid it all out and been raw and vulnerable before the King, I have woke up with renewed strength. I woke up with another perspective that I didn't know I would have. I looked at it differently, freshly again. The strength to keep going and still still praying and loving for your loved ones. And I can say that with this trucking thing, it's so good. So good. I get, like I've told you guys, you get to be with the Lord all day long and read His Word and worship music. But there's other things that you miss, right? I've told you. And I get to be with Jesse all day long, guys. The most wonderful man you ever meet. Kind and gentle and loving. Now, unless you get him in traffic, then he's a little frustrated. But besides that, a very good man. Very good man, guys. And I get to be with him all day long. And God is really renewing our marriage. He's renewing everything about us. But then there's days where I'm emotional. And I'm like, I can't do it today. That's realness of life. It's realness of life. Because realness of life is what we need. We need someone to be real. We don't need someone to say, yeah, I got it all together all the time and I just held it all together. I know that ain't right. Because I can't hold it all together. If I can't hold it all together, ain't nobody can. No, I'm just speaking. So anyway, that video got cut off because my storage is full. Go figure, right? My phone has a lot of pictures and a lot of things on it. So I'll just add this to what I was saying. But let's be real. Let's be raw. And I know that's coming from someone that don't like to be raw, like vulnerable with people. But there is some days, guys, that it takes God to do it through me to keep going. Because we can look at all the things that we can all be bitter. We can all be sad. We can all look at all the things we went through and laid down, Some of us can even count how many lost ones we've lost, loved ones we've lost. There's some of us that's laid down probably, 5 in the last 6 years. But let's not look at that. Let's look at the one who gives us the strength, who gives us the joy, who gives love, peace, and grace to carry on. And let's look at the end where we're going to be with Him now and forever. Let's think about that joy. Let's think about the goodness that we do have, that we woke up this morning, that we have breath in our bodies, that we do get to be with people we love, and we get to do things that we do love. See, even though some days I have the moments where I'm like, not today, I still get to enjoy the sceneries, and I know that sometimes I miss my church family. I miss them so much sometimes. And then it hurts sometimes to miss people. And I know people might not understand that aspect, but, for someone that, has lost loved ones, it's just as hard grieving a live someone that dies than someone that's alive. It's hard. It's hard grieving the people that are alive. You want to be with them. You want to spend time with them. You want to hug them. And I'm not a hugger. Anybody knows me, I am not a hugger. But when you get out here and you are isolated, you start missing people. You start wanting hugs and you start wanting to be around people. And you're like, okay, this is not normal. This is not normal. But anyway, you still enjoy the moments that you get with your spouse, and you still get to enjoy the sceneries. And side note, I'm about done. We had an anniversary. We celebrated how many years, babe?
You should know that. 26 years.
26, y'all. I'll be adding a year. I'll be like 27, 28, you know. So how many years?
26.
26 years. We celebrated June the 29th. 26 years. And we was able to take a side note. We was able to take a vacation to Emerald Isle. If you get to go to Emerald Isle, you should. It's very beautiful.
Atlantic Beach.
Actually, I had wanted to go to Emerald Beach, but scheduled a trailer. It was like a beach trailer. I thought it was a camper, but we scheduled a camper, but then it had to get canceled because something happened with the air conditioning, so we couldn't stay there. So we had to reschedule. We had to redo, and I picked a camper that was with the intercoastal waters there at Atlanta Beach. So I picked Atlantic Beach inside, or staying at Indian City, babe.
Indian Beach.
Indian Beach
And
with
Atlantic Beach.
an Atlantic Beach. So we stayed there at the intercoastal waters. We got to see the boats and stuff, and it was very relaxing, very refreshing. If anybody knows me, they know that the beach is my happy place. It's a place that I can go and feel restored and refreshed and just that calm and peace. I love the beach. It is my favorite place to be. And the name of the trailer, go figure, it's My Happy Place is what she called it. It's beautiful, colored white and teal. Lighthouses, seashells, just a traditional thing. But anyway, so we did get to do that. I think we got there like Friday at like 8, 9 o'clock, 7, 8, 9, somewhere around there that night. And we left Monday around 12, 1 o'clock. And then was back on the road Tuesday last week. And we've been running since. So it's been a long journey. It's been a long road. And if you guys need a place to go and a place to hear the word that is truth and that is spoken with truth, you should listen to, or you should go to Reformation Church, Pastor John and April Oxendine. They truly speak the truth of the word and follow the Lord, and not what people want. And that's what we're called to do. We're called to do what Christ wants. We're following the Lord. So, you need a place to go, go. And worship is good there, pure. So if you like to worship the Lord and then hear the truth of the word, you should go there. But the main point is, like you said Sunday, is that pray that God will guide you to the body, to the divine connection that you're supposed to be connected to. Because once you are connected to the right connections, then you're connected to the vine himself, which is Jesus. And those that are connected to the right vine, you will be connected with as well. It's called divine, double, two vine connection. So, thanks for listening. I'm going to add the other video. It got cut off, so this is the rest of it. So, all is well, living every day and trying to learn everything that I can learn in this season and grow in this season. There's one more question. Remember, the first question is, what should we name the big truck? Second one is, do you know what it means when the truck driver flashes his headlights at you? And then this last one. So make sure you leave these comments. The third one is, why is it when we go through something that we want to hide? Why is that our first instinct? Because I know we all do it. Leave your comments. As always, thank you for listening and sharing, and hit that bell so you know I've made a video. And I know I don't make them every day or every week, but thank you for listening and waiting for me to post. So thank you so much for that. And as always, I love you. And if you ever do need prayer, you can always leave that in the comments. Me and Jesse will pray for you. And we love you. And if you need, leave a message. Love y'all. Bye.